Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Nelson Mandela. The future belongs to those who keep on learning. John F. The roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet. Aristotle. Education is what remains after one has forgotten what one has learned in school. Albert Einstein. The more that you read, the more things you will know, the more that you learn, the more places you'll go. Dr. Seuss. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. Mahatma Gandhi. Education without values, as useful as it is, seems rather to make man a more clever devil. C.S. Lewis. The learning process continues until the day you die. Kirk Douglas. Education is not the filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire. W.B. Yeats. Develop a passion for learning. If you do, you will never cease to grow. Anthony J. D'Angelo. Education is not preparation for life, education is life itself. John Dewey. Knowledge is power. Information is liberating. Education is the premise of progress, in every society, in every family. Kofi Annan. A person who won't read has no advantage over one who can't read. Mark Twain. They know enough who know how to learn. Henry Adams. I don't want revenge on the Taliban, I want education for sons and daughters of the Taliban. Malala Yousafzai. Learning is like rowing upstream, not to advance is to drop back. Chinese proverb. I never teach my pupils, I only attempt to provide the conditions in which they can learn. Albert Einstein. A teacher is one who makes himself progressively unnecessary. Thomas Carruthers. Education is the ability to listen to almost anything without losing your temper or your self-confidence. Robert Frost. Educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. Aristotle. It is as impossible to withhold education from the receptive mind as it is impossible to force it upon the unreasoning. Agnes Reppliard. They cannot stop me. I will get my education if it is in the home, school, or any place. Malala Yousafzai. I was reading the dictionary. I thought it was a poem about everything. Stephen Wright. The man who reads nothing at all is better educated than the man who reads nothing but newspapers. Thomas Jefferson. Learning is not compulsory. Neither is survival. Dr. W. Edwards Deming. Learning is not the product of teaching. Learning is the product of the activity of learners. John Holt. Take the attitude of a student, never be too big to ask questions, never know too much to learn something new. Og Mandino. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Nelson Mandela. I agree that a love of reading is a great gift for a parent to pass on to his or her child. And Brightest. Whatever the cost of our libraries, the price is cheap compared to that of an ignorant nation. Walter Cronkite. To me, education is a leading out of what is already there in the pupil's soul. Muriel Spark. He who opens a school door closes a prison. Victor Hugo. Learning starts with failure, the first failure is the beginning of education. John Hersey. I have never let my schooling interfere with my education. Mark Twain. Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education. Martin Luther King Jr. You are always a student, never a master. You have to keep moving forward. Conrad Hall. The whole purpose of education is to turn mirrors into windows. Sidney J. Harris. Children have to be educated, but they have also to be left to educate themselves. Ernest Dimnet. Education consists mainly of what we have unlearned. Mark Twain. It's never too late to start over, no matter how old you are or what you've been through. Oprah Winfrey. Education is a continual process, it's like a bicycle. If you don't pedal, you don't go forward. George Weah. Education is the best friend. An educated person is respected everywhere. Education beats the beauty and the youth. Chanakya. Education is not the filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire. William Butler Yeats. A good education is a foundation for a better future. Elizabeth Warren. Formal education will make you a living, self-education will make you a fortune. Jim Rohn. The more I live, the more I learn. The more I learn, the more I realize, the less I know. Michel Legrand. With guns you can kill terrorists, with education you can kill terrorism. Malala Yousafzai. Education is the kindling of a flame, not the filling of a vessel. Socrates. You don't understand anything until you learn it more than one way. Marvin Minsky. We learn from failure, not from success. Bram Stoker.